Alright guys, we're going to be pulling up to my martial arts academy in just a minute here. We're going to go over some really important training today on vision and why vision is so important for your business. I'm hoping that there's nobody at my martial arts school right now so that we can film this video. Yeah, it looks like we're all good. I think we'll be the only ones here. Alright, let's head on inside and I'll give you guys a little tour and we'll go over some really important steps and strategies on vision. Alright, Freedom Hackers, welcome to my martial arts academy. I've been teaching martial arts for, 25 years, 27 years, something like that. And this is my main location. So we have two rooms here. This room generally used for kickboxing and our mixed martial arts competitors. And in the back room here, which is a little larger room, and this room is generally used for all my kids' classes and all my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to set my camera up right here, I think, and I'll put it on the tripod, and I'm going to talk to you guys about enlarging your vision and why vision is so important and basically the roadmap to success for your business. All right, so let me get that tripod set up, and then we'll continue. Guys, so now we have my martial arts academy behind me, and I'm going to be talking to you about one of the things that I think is most important for starting your business. And even if you have a business but you haven't thought about this, it's going to be a crucial step to gaining success. And there's actually going to be no way to move forward in your business without taking this simple step and the simple plan of action right now. If I could go back and I could tell myself one piece of business advice when I started my martial arts academy many years ago, 25 plus years ago. And I was a young kid, 19 years old, and I really lacked vision at that time. I know I wanted to be tough and I wanted to be good at the martial arts, but as far as running a professional martial arts academy, a professional business, something that would give me and my family freedom, something that would leave a legacy for me, those things I just started thinking about over the last 5 years, where if I would have thought about those things 25 years ago, I would be so much further ahead. And so today what I want to do is I want to talk to you guys about vision, creating a big vision for your company, for your business, for your personal life. And whatever vision you have right now, I want to encourage you to 10 times it or 100 times it, right? And I think about this leadership guru, Stephen Covey. He wrote The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He wrote a couple other books that are really good too. I've read a lot of his books, and in one of the books he mentions that you should start with the end in mind. So whatever business you're starting, start with where do you see yourself at the end of that business? What is your end goal, your end game? All right, and that's starting to create a roadmap to get you to your destination in your business. So, for example, when I started my martial arts academy, my vision was very, very small. I'm 18, 19-year-old kid. All I wanted to do was learn how to fight really good. And I had just a couple students. I started teaching in my parents' basement. Then I bought a building, and it was a really small building. We only could fit a few students at a time in there. And that's where I stayed for a really long time, that small building. 10 plus years or even, a little over 10 years stayed in that building and just trained a small handful of students. And it wasn't until two things happened in my life. First thing is I had a baby, and having a child made me realize that this life is no longer just about me. And I need to start thinking about legacy. I need to start thinking about putting food on the table, paying my mortgage on time, things like that. Another thing that happened to me was I started working with mentors in other businesses. And having a mentor helped me to understand a lot of different business principles, but one of them was definitely creating a larger vision. So if I could go back and tell my old self when I was 18, 19 years old, starting this first business, one piece of advice would be enlarge your vision, okay? So when I say enlarge your vision, what I'm thinking of is it's like a roadmap, okay? If you guys remember before the internet and you used to have to look at maps in cars, and it was a disaster. For me, it was a disaster. I have like horrible direction sense as it is. I kind of always needed to have a navigator telling me where to go, right? Then we got MapQuest. That was a little easier. On MapQuest, you can type in step-by-step directions. You'd end up with like pages of directions to try to get to your destination. I generally have to have one person in the car with me as a navigator that looked through that. It was still a disaster, but it got us a little closer to our destination. And now, of course, we all have GPS on our phones, and it just makes it so much easier to get to really anywhere we need to go. And your vision is really like that GPS, okay? If you don't have a solid, strong vision, then it's going to be really, really challenging to get to the destination. You might not even know what the destination is, and then it's going to be nearly impossible to get there. Now, one of the reasons why this is so important is because if you think, okay, in my business, I want to have X amount of employees. I want to have this kind of location. I want to make this amount per year. I want to do this and this and this. And you write everything down, exactly how you want your business to look from the outside, from to you in the inside. You want all that mapped out. And an opportunity comes your way, a new client comes your way, something in your business comes your way, and you have to make a decision. Do you want to take that new client? Do you want to do this with your business? Do you want to take on this partner? You can say, let's look at my vision, and does this new opportunity match all the criteria in my vision? And if it does, then it could be a good idea, right? But if it doesn't, then you can move on, push that opportunity away and move on to the next one. And so without being able to do that, you're going all over the place, and it's going to be really hard to get to your destination. You can get to your ideal destination a lot quicker if you have a good vision and a good map, right? Another thing, and some of you may think I'm crazy for saying this, so that's okay if you want to think I'm crazy. I still believe it, whether you think I'm crazy or not, but I do think there's something to be said about the law of attraction. And some people will be offended at the words law of attraction, and they would rather hear me say faith. And so if you have faith and you believe these things will happen in your business, I believe it. That's very, very powerful. And maybe it's the law of attraction, maybe it's faith, God, the universe. I really don't know what it is, but I will say that, everything that has happened in my life, whether good or bad, it kind of seems like it did happen because of my belief. And after interviewing hundreds, if not thousands of other business owners, they have all come back and said the exact same thing. And I kind of think whether you believe in that law of attraction or law of faith or not, I still think that it's working for you or against you, whether you believe it or not. And some of you, again, may think I'm crazy for saying that, but I strongly believe it. And we take a look at my martial arts school as a great example of that. When I started enlarging my vision for my martial arts school, I mapped out every single thing that I believed I could receive. Okay, now this is important. It's not what I wanted, it's what I believed I could receive. Okay, so at the time, I had this really small martial arts academy. We could only fit a few students, right? And I wanted to have two separate rooms. I wanted to have a room because I've got a small percentage of students that fight professionally, and they need to train a little harder. And I wanted one room that was set up just for them, that had a cage or a boxing ring, and I wanted it separated from my regular students. That way, my regular students don't have to be intimidated by seeing people getting punched in the face all the time. And so at this martial arts academy that I have, this one just kind of fell right into my lap, and we had the two rooms right away. Although there was, the cages are crazy expensive, and there was no way for me to really purchase a cage. And then I had an affiliate instructor that just called me out of the blue, and he said, hey, I'm moving my locations. I have this cage. There's nowhere for it to go, and it's a really nice cage. Do you want it? So now I have this cage too. And I've done exactly what I want to do. I always wanted to have a large waiting area for parents as they're watching their kids, and we've accomplished that. But there's certain things in my vision that I also never really believed I could get. I kind of always believed that my school would be in a little older building, which is exactly what we have. My building is not like a brand new, super fancy building. It's a little older. My mats are a little older. I always believed that I could afford the mats, brand new, these mats are like $20,000, $30,000. So I always knew that I could afford an old, a little bit more beat up used mat, but to get a brand new one, I never really believed it, so I didn't put it in my vision. And so what I got was exactly what my vision was. And it's just, whether you want to call it faith, the universe, or whatever, it just kind of all came together and gave me exactly what my vision was. And again, I'm not saying that I received what I wanted. I'm saying I received what I believed that I could have. Okay. And so when you're thinking about your vision right now for your business, what I want you to do is I want to encourage you to believe for more. Okay. Believe more and believe for more success, believe for more growth, believe for that fancy location that you want to get, believe for that $1 million client, whatever it is. I want to encourage you to believe for more, because if I could go back and tell myself when I was a young kid starting off, one thing out of all the things I've learned in business over the years, just one thing, if I could say one thing to my younger self, it would be believe in more, enlarge your vision. Okay, believe that you can have 1,000 students instead of 100. Believe that you can, that you'll have students all over the world. Believe that you'll have affiliate schools all over the world. Believe that you'll have residual income from these affiliate students. But, just believe for more. That's what I did not do. I took little baby steps in my belief, and it was hard to enlarge that vision. With my company Freedom Wave, that came very easy, because I've already gone through the steps of business owner. I've already had lots of mentors, and I've already realized I need to enlarge my vision. And because with Freedom Wave, I had that large vision right off the bat, my company grew much faster, because we were able to we were able to follow that GPS coordinate right to that vision very quickly. So for your vision, what I recommend doing is first meditate on what you want to achieve in your business. Think about it. Don't take an hour, but take days to think about it, exactly what you want. Think of the end of your business, the legacy you want to leave behind. What's it going to be like when you're going to retire? Are you still going to receive residual income? Do you have somebody that can take the business over for you? Are you going to have leaders in your business? Are you going to have what's your organization going to look like on the day that you are able to walk away from that business, retirement, or however you want to think of it, right? Is it something you can pass on to your family members? Now, besides the residual income, how much money are you going to make a year, right? And just enlarge it and just visualize every little thing. If I could go back to my martial arts school, I would visualize everything from, how the walls are going to be painted, to the beautiful custom mat that we were going to have, to super high ceilings, which I don't have here, which I wish I did. The building being paid for in full. That's something that I'd never really made it into my vision, and I wish it would have, because I think I would have accomplished it if I would have thought about that. So every little detail, think about it and then write it down. And what I don't want you to do is type it up on your computer, but I actually want you to take a pen and paper, get a good notebook. Don't get like a cheap notebook like with the rings on it and the lines. Get a nice leather bound, nice notebook. This is going to could be your first thing to write down in this course. And it's very important, I believe, to show respect to this vision and honor to this vision. And so get a good pen, get a good leather-bound notebook, something that you can feel proud of, and write it all down. I do believe that there's a special, almost spiritual connection with writing something down like that. And so that is like the homework on this video. And all right, you guys, on to the next video. Here we go.